I gave you all the good years of my handwriting, the years when my hand was steady and sure, the years when the letters came out deliberate, when every word I wrote could still endure. The reading of the years, the fading of the ink, the ordinary aging of the page. I wrote you everything I had in the good years, before the hand developed its age, before the slight tremor of the 30-somethings, the morning hesitation in the wrist. I gave you all the good years of my handwriting, and that is the whole of what I've missed. I wrote your name in margins of my textbooks, when I should have been attending to the text. I wrote it in the condensation of the window, in the sand which is the most impermanent. I wrote you grocery lists with decorations, phone messages with flourishes at the end. I wrote your birthday cards with 3 drafts minimum, finding the best version I could send. The handwriting was always at its finest, when the subject was the thought of you. The letters rose to something like their purpose, the purpose being simply wanting to. The piano plays the page I'm writing on now, the bass walks through the ink drying on the line. The handwriting has changed since the good years, but the hand is finally mine. I write my own name in the margins now, my own name in the condensation of the glass. I am using the remaining years of handwriting to write for myself at last. I gave you all the good years of my handwriting, every flourish and every careful line. And now the hand belongs to something different, and the something different's mine. I write in coffee shops on winter evenings, I write the things that have no addressee. I gave you all the good years of my handwriting, the rest belongs to me. The piano plays the page that I am filling, the bass walks through the words as they arrive. I gave you all the good years of my handwriting, the rest of me is alive. There are letters in a box books I keep for no reason, except that throwing them seems premature. The handwriting inside them is the good kind, the kind I cannot replicate anymore. I open them occasionally in the winter to check if what I wrote was what I meant. It was mostly in the way of any young thing that means something fully when it's sent. I was fully meaning it. The box confirms. The flourishes confirm the certainty. The decorated margins of the grocery lists confirm I was entirely free of doubt, of holding back, of self-protection. I gave without the keeping of a part. I gave you all the good years of my handwriting and the good years of my heart. The heart has its own handwriting that changes, its own particular and aging script. The early version bold and overcrowded, the later one more spaced, more strip. I prefer the later version, if I'm honest, the one that knows what it is saying and says less, the one that chooses the word with some deliberation, the one that's learned the grace of less. I am writing in the later version now. Snow keeps no record of what fell before it. It simply covers everything the same. The garden and the ruin and the rooftop are returned to white without a name. The lamppost and the bench and the discarded, and the careful and the lost and the found. Snow makes no distinctions in the covering, it just comes down.
I used to think forgiveness was a verdict, a thing you earn by making your defense, preparing your position and your evidence, your argument and documented evidence.
I have learned it is more like the first snowfall, not a ruling but a covering of ground, not earned, not reasoned, not debated into being, just the sound of something coming down. We have brought our separate silences to this one table, this one lamp. The city is becoming one white surface, the windows going soft and damp.
Neither of us chose December for this meeting. December chose itself the way it does. The snow outside has covered the distances. We are sitting here because snow keeps keeps no record, lets the old year go. Covers what we said in harder seasons, makes it possible to not quite know. Not forgetting something more like grace now, something that does not require a name. Snow keeps no record, love, and neither shall we, starting from this flame. The piano breeze above the bass line, the brush draws circles, soft and slow. Snow keeps no record tonight, and darling, neither shall we go. The winter that I spent without you mostly was a particular kind of cold. Not the cold that simply asks for extra layers, but the cold that goes into the old. Into the places where the warmth lived previously, the corners built for two and not for one. A man discovers all the structural decisions that were made for someone come undone. But structures can be renegotiated, corners can be furnished differently. A man who understands what he was building can begin again with clarity. The winter that I spent without you quietly was a winter I had not expected. Not as hard as I had prepared for, not as clean as I had pre-selected. More ambiguous, more ordinary Thursday, more a season happening to someone in a room. A woman who discovers she is capable of winter has less to fear from winter's gloom. I learned the particular weight of my own company, its virtues and its costs and its long hours. I learned that I can hold myself through December without mistaking storms for showers. And now we sit across from one another, two people who have learned the cold alone, two people carrying their separate winters back to something that might still be home. Not the home we had before the season, something humbler, something more aware. Two people who have done the work of winter and arrived here at this chair. Snow keeps no record, and tonight nor do we. Not the argument, not the long departure, not the months of not agreeing, just this table and this music and this evening. Just the snow erasing as it falls. Snow keeps no record, love, and here we are now, standing in our whitened halls. The bass keeps walking its unhurried circle, the piano holds whatever needs to hold. Snow keeps no record tonight, and darling, we are done being cold. If this is what it means to have survived something, let us wear it like a quiet coat. Not with pride exactly, not with sorrow, just with both hands on the note. The note that neither of us could have played alone, the chord that needed both of us to sound. If this is what it means to have come through something, better be the most honest and the found. Snow
makes no distinctions in the covering. It just comes down.
I used to think forgiveness was a verdict,
A thing you earn by making your defense. Repairing your position in dry letters. Yes, the sound of something coming down. Snow keeps no record, asks for nothing back. What was lost in color, it returns to us in white. Not the same, but held gently by the season. Not repaired, but recognized in I have learned the art of leaving rooms before the evening asks too much of me, before the candle shortens to the holder, before the night forgets its courtesy. There is a timing to the graceful exit, a moment just before the room turns cold. I have practiced it through several winters, and I am told I've gotten rather bold. Bold enough to lift my coat from the chair back, bold enough to button it with care, bold enough to leave the wine half finished, bold enough to leave the evening there. The first time that I left, I was not graceful. I took too long deciding at the door. I look back twice, which is the amateur's mistake, the error of a woman wanting more. More from the room than the room was offering, more from the night than the night could provide, more from the man who sat beside the window than a man who sat and watched the outside. I looked back twice and both times found him sitting exactly where I'd found him from the start. Some rooms don't change regardless of your leaving. Some rooms just hold the man and hold the dark. The piano plays the exit I have practiced, the measure just before the final bar. The bass walks me to the door with its patience. The drum brush whispers how far I've come from the woman at the doorway who couldn't find the grace to leave it clean. I have learned the art of leaving rooms, my darling. I have learned what leaving means. I have learned the art of leaving rooms with my dignity intact, with the lipstick and the leather gloves and the coat. I don't look back. I have learned to say goodnight like something settled, like a woman who has nowhere left to prove. I have learned the art of leaving rooms, my darling, and the rooms have learned to lose. The piano plays the outro of the evening, the bass confirms the walk to the waiting cold. I have learned the art of leaving rooms, my darling, and it never gets old. There is a woman I admire at the table nearest to the door on Tuesday nights. She comes alone and orders without consulting, and leaves before the trio kills the lights. She tips in cash and folds the napkin after, leaves the table cleaner than she found. She never looks back toward the room she's leaving, just collects herself and turns around. I have studied her for 3 or 4 Decembers, taking notes on how a woman goes, how she holds herself inside the going, how she lets the door close. The going is the thing I've learned most carefully, the manner of the exit and the shape, not the grand departure and not the small apology, not the making sure they notice the escape, just the woman in the coat at the right moment, just the good night said with even breath, just the door that closes soft behind her, just the clean and unremarkable exit. I have made an art of this, and I am proud lessons she learned inside the long winters, the things that don't get said aloud. The piano plays the key of the departed, the chord that holds the space of what is gone. The bass walks through the room I've just been leaving, finds the place I was and carries on. I have left enough rooms now to know the science, the precise amount of grace a leaving takes. I have learned the art of leaving rooms, my darling, and I know the beauty that it makes. I have learned the art of leaving rooms, and I am leaving this one now. Not because the room has done me badly, not from grief, not from a vow, just because the timing is the right one, just because the coat is on the chair. I have learned the art of leaving rooms, my darling, and the art is knowing when the piano plays the last note of the evening, the bass walks out the final warm refrain. I have learned the art of leaving rooms, my darling. I will learn it again. They will remember that I left with grace, not the leaving, just the grace inside it. The way the coat was buttoned at the collar, the way I found the door without being guided. That is what I want to leave behind me in every room of every winter night. Not the fact of leaving, just the manner, not the dark, just the way I held the light. I have learned the art of leaving rooms, and tonight I've learned it well. The room is warm and I am warmer leaving, carrying what the room had left to tell. Not everything, just what was worth the carrying. Not the night, just the best part of the night. I have learned the art of leaving rooms, my darling. Watch me get it right. The coat, the door, the good night, the street, not looking back, not once. She kept the good china after he departed, set the table for one with the best, the silver candlesticks on a Tuesday, the embroidered cloth from the chest. Her mother said, don't use the good things daily, save them for the company that comes. She said she was the company worth saving, and she lit the candles in the room. She poured the wine into the crystal glasses, put the jazz record on a play. She kept the good china after he departed, and used it every day. There is a philosophy of the good things, of the silver left inside the box, of the perfume saved for the special occasion that becomes the occasion that forgot. She had watched her mother save the table linen for the guests who came a handful of times a year, while the ordinary days went by on cotton, while the ordinary years ate the standard gear. She decided on a different kind of accounting, a ledger that considered her a guest, the kind of guest deserving of the crystal, the kind deserving of the best. The piano plays the dinner she has set herself, each note a placement at the single chair. The bass walks through the kitchen and the candlelight confirms that she is there, confirms that she is present and accounted for. the guest of honor at her own affair. She kept the good china after he departed, and the good china kept her there. She kept the good china, set the silver out at 8, lit the candles in the candlesticks, and did not hesitate. She put the record on the turntable, she poured the better wine. She kept the good china after he departed, she kept herself, she's fine. The piano plays the table, she is late tonight. The bass confirms the crystal and the cloth. She kept the good china, kept the Tuesday evening. She kept enough. On Friday she makes something from the cookbook that requires more than one was meant to use. A recipe designed for 6 or 7, the kind that makes a woman have to choose between the scaling and the surplus, between the practical and the whole. She makes the whole amount on principle. She makes the whole amount for her soul. She eats one portion at the candlelit table and stores the rest in labeled rows. The week becomes a series of good dinners. The week becomes a thing she chose. She buys flowers on a Saturday from Marcus, who keeps the stand beside the market door. He always finds her something in the winter, something in the yellow or the pour of orange into rust. The warm-toned flowers, the ones that hold their heat against the cold. She brings them home and puts them in the crystal that she keeps beside the window, and is bold enough to call it beautiful. The flowers against the winter light, against the frost. She calls it beautiful without apology. She knows exactly what was worth the cost. The piano plays the flowers on the window. The bass walks through the kitchen and the light. She is a woman who has chosen her December, who has chosen warmth against the winter night. She kept the good china after he departed, and found that the good china kept her too. Found that the ceremony of the daily is how a woman sees herself all through. She kept the good china, bought the flowers from the stand, lit the candles in the candlesticks with her own 2 hands. She put the record on the turntable, she poured the better glass. She kept the good china after he departed. She built something that lasts. The piano plays the daily ceremony, the bass confirms the regular and kept. She kept the good china, kept the ritual. She kept herself, she slept. There is no tragedy in this accounting. There is no grief inside the candlelight. There is a woman who discovered what she wanted and serves it to herself on china white. She is not performing for an audience. She is not making any kind of point. She is simply sitting at her table with the best of everything she owns, and it's the ordinary evening with the good things that were waiting in the box for company. She is the company, she was always the company. She set the table and she set herself free. She kept the good china. This is the winter of the best. Every Tuesday, every Friday, every evening, fully dressed. She put the record on the turntable. She lit the room against the cold. She kept the good china after he departed. she kept herself behold. The china, the crystal, the candle, the flowers, the table set for one, for her, for always, for herself. A painting at the museum on the corner, a woman at a window with her back to us. We cannot see her face, we see the window, the street below, the winter's quiet fuss. I have stood in front of her for several seasons, brought my coffee in the mornings when they let me, stood there long enough to start to wonder if the painter meant to say she's free. Free the way a woman with her back turned has a privacy the frontal can't provide. Free the way a woman at a window is contained and is outside. I have been becoming her this winter, the woman with her back turned to the room, turning to the window and the city, finding the outside inside the winter gloom, finding that the outside has more texture than the inside of a life arranged for two, more surprise inside the early morning, more of the unexpected and the new, more of the color that the painter knew about, the copper light, the blue below, the woman at the window has the best view. I think that now I know. The piano plays the light inside the painting, the amber that the painter put behind her. The bass walks through the street that she is watching, the street that I am learning how to find her, how to find myself inside the posture, the back turned and the window and the cold. I am becoming a woman in the painting, frame by frame and bold, becoming the woman in the painting, back turned to the room, all the warmth of the amber behind me, all the city and the bloom of winter on the street below the window, piano plays the light along my shoulders. The bass walks the street below my gaze, becoming the woman in the painting. This is how she stays. The painter left her nameless and unturning, which at first I thought was a limitation. Now I see it as the deepest form of freedom, the refusal of the named and the relation. She is not the wife of someone or the daughter, not the subject of another's point of view. She is just the woman at the window, just the back, the posture and the view. I wanna be a woman who is simply at a window looking at a street, not explained, not named, not in relation, just the woman, just complete. I went last week and stood in front of her again, this time without the coffee, without the plan. Stood there in the winter coat and watched her, the way a student studies what she can. Learn from the deliberate and the chosen, from the woman who is chosen where to look. She has looked out at the street for a century, not in grief, not from a broken book, in the full and complicated calm of someone who has found the angle that she needs, who has found the window and the winter light, and planted in it her own seeds. The piano plays the window and the posture, the precise degree of the back turned. The bass walks the century of standing, and what the standing earned. I am standing in the painting of this winter,